Quake Champions has a big new update, so I wanted to go over some of the features for those that haven't been able to download it or are wondering if they should. And that's the start of this. I've seen a few people have problems actually downloading the game. I've been able to play, but there are big lag issues, lots of stuttering, and also I've been kicked to the login screen a lot.
Quad spawn in 15 seconds.
Not to mention the waiting times for games has been over 10 minutes, so right now it's not really worth downloading. Hopefully once they're back from E3, they can find out what's going wrong and patch it. Stay tuned, I'll keep you updated. Now for the more positive sides of the update, and there are a lot. First, new champion BJ from Wolfenstein. He can dual wield weapons as his active ability. This is a great way to get a first kill. And yes, you can even dual wield the gauntlets.
Humiliation. Humiliation. Humiliation.
And because the weapons only fire one at a time, the rapid fire weapons work best. So nail gun, lightning gun,
First blood.
and machine gun,
Damage.
which is obviously very powerful with quad. Just make sure you time it right, otherwise you can fail pretty hard with it. You can get some big kill streaks too though. So far he seems to fit right in. He's kind of a weaker ranger, but with a better attack. He starts with 100 health and 25 armor, can get another 25 armor, and has a speed of 310 to 560. Some say he's a bit overpowered, but he seems fairly balanced to me so far. Depends on the situation. His passive ability is to regenerate to the nearest 25 health block, if he doesn't receive damage for 3 seconds. Really enjoying games with him at the moment. It's great to have someone new to learn, so I'm looking forward to having even more champions in the game. They've also added 3 tutorials for new players, an introduction, health and armor, and power-ups. Just click the movie icon on the main menu. The loot box store has also been updated, and they fixed the shader customization. They've updated the item placement on all maps and all modes, so be ready for that. And best of all, the beta is now 24/7, so we can now play whenever we like. The new weapon is the Tri-Bolt. It's basically a replacement for the grenade launcher, but not so random. I think if you look at it as a main weapon, you probably not like it. I think it's more of a supporting weapon. Situational. A spam weapon that can't be spammed too much. 40 damage on a full hit with a bolt, times 3, 120. But the bolts are explosive with a bit of delay, so once they land they get stuck, then they explode. As always, explosives can be used to jump. Here's one where I aim a bolt at the floor, and the other 2 away. No doubt people will work out trick jumps with it, so jump in a map on your own and see what you can come up with. Here are a few to get you started. I was lagged, but you'll work out the timing eventually. That's probably the hardest part, knowing when to fire and when to jump. It depends heavily on your speed too. Definitely not easy, should be fun trying to master. So far, I'm finding it good for getting extra speed, climbing, distance, and more.
Quad damage. Quad damage.
And also depending on the champion you're using. Nyx should be epic with her wall jump and speed. Ranger will be good because he has low self damage.
Quad damage.
And of course Anarchy might be a bit overpowered because of how much speed he can get from this. It doesn't do as much self damage as I expected, and it's not as scary to newcomers as rocket jumps, because you no longer have to flick the mouse at almost perfect angles. That also means you can use it at lower sensitivity. I love this gun already, so much fun to use, but again, it's hard. Expect it to take time to learn how to use properly. Anyway, I just mentioned another welcome addition. If you want to practice movement, you can now set up custom servers and play on your own, or with friends. Unfortunately, you can't load the duel maps on your own, so find a friend for that. There are 3 new maps, 2 duel maps, one being Blood Run, which I just showed earlier, the other being Corrupted Keep. Here's a quick look at it so you know what to expect. I have played a few duels so far. It seems interesting and fun. I like the look of it, but we'll see how it goes. It usually takes a lot of time to decide if a map is good or not.
Ring out.
And the big one is Lockbox, which I have found to be a lot of fun.
Denied. Excellent. Get sight.
And just FYI, Sorlag is immune to the acid. You can run through it, jump in it, won't affect her. They now have spectator mode options, but I haven't been able to check those out yet. And finally, the really big news is that there will be $1 million tournament for Quake Champions. That will be at QuakeCon this year, for duel and sacrifice. I just want to offer a thought on this. $1 million for a Quake tournament is huge. From my perspective, this shows how serious they are about the game. If they're prepared to put that much behind it, then they're expecting this game to be a big success, especially with it being free to play. It's a long beta, we will see a lot of issues. And while it's frustrating because many of us want to play the game right now, they're working hard and we need to be patient. Every time I bring up an issue, they already know about it, and I'd say the same is true for most problems. So for now I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is, so hopefully they can get it to a playable state very soon. One complaint I will make, and it's not for me because I have no intention of competing at the Quake Championships, but forcing Australians to play on US servers means they will get 200 pings. We have some serious talent here that have proven they're capable of competing on the world stage. They've dedicated a lot of their lives to Quake, so why not give them the chance to compete for the big cash prize too? I'm sure the same could be said for other countries, but to keep it simple, I would just speak for Australia. We have Australian servers, and we are very thankful we're being looked after like this. It's great. Thanks again for that, we love you. But given the level of talent here, I'd like to request that Australians can run their own tournaments, and send their best dueler and sacrifice team to the championships. It's $1 million tournament. I would hope we get to see the best Quake players all over the world. So to the Quake Champions team and management, please try to find a way to make this happen. You can't expect people to be competitive on a 200 ping in Quake Champions. There's pretty much nothing you can do. To everyone else, I'm not a part of the development team, I just love the game and want it to succeed. So I want to thank you for being patient with the beta, and for all the good games and content I'm seeing. It's awesome, keep it up. As always, subscribe for more Quake Champions videos, like and share this one, and I'll see you on the servers.